Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us.
Our top story, new details about the man police believe assassinated 2 Iowa police officers.
The suspect, 46-year-old Scott Michael Green, was arrested near Des Moines today. Police believe Green was the gunman in a pair of execution-style attacks on law enforcement. Des Moines Police Sergeant Anthony Biminio and on Urbandale police officer Justin Martin were shot and killed in separate incidents while sitting in their patrol cars. These attacks happened about 20 minutes apart, beginning at around 1 a.m. when Officer Martin was shot while on patrol alone. Sergeant Biminio was killed while responding to that incident.
It doesn't look like there was an exchange of conversation. It doesn't look like there was an opportunity. There definitely wasn't an opportunity for these officers to defend themselves or respond to the attack.
These shootings come as officers killed by guns in the line of duty have risen dramatically this year, up by 48%.
Governor Rick Scott is extending condolences following the deaths of 2 officers killed in Florida this week. Taylor County Sheriff's Deputy Scott Williams and City of Miami Police Department officer Jorge Sanchez were killed in unrelated traffic crashes. Governor Scott issued a statement saying each day brave men and women in uniform put their lives on the line in order to keep our state safe, and we must take every opportunity to recognize these officers and their families for this tremendous sacrifice.
The family of a Punta Gorda woman who was shot and killed during a citizen training academy will receive a big settlement now from the city. On August 2nd, 73-year-old Mary Knowlton was taking part in a training exercise where officers were explaining how they respond to armed burglaries. One of the officers conducting the training, Lee Cole, shot and killed Knowlton and is now on paid administrative leave. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is still investigating the shooting, but today the City Council in Punta Gorda agreed to move forward with a payout. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley has details on that decision.
Despite the ongoing FDLE investigation, the city of Punta Gorda and the family of Mary Knowlton have come to a settlement to the tune of $2 million. At a Punta Gorda City Council meeting Wednesday, the chamber was packed with people waiting to hear the decision made by council members.
This is a small, quiet town, and we like to stay that way. Unfortunately, this put us in the spotlight.
When Mary Knowlton was allegedly shot by Punta Gorda police officer Lee Cole, it made national headlines.
Knowlton family reached out, and we reached out to them as well, and we came to a mutual settlement.
While nothing can bring Knowlton back, the family has expressed interest many times in the past to move on as best and as quickly as they can. Wednesday's settlement is $2 million from the city's insurance company and $60,000 from remaining funds.
It was a concern to me just in terms of the cost to the city, what it means going forward.
Julie McGilsbury is the only member of the public who spoke on this topic at the meeting. She expressed concern that the city was settling the case before the Florida Department of Law Enforcement investigation is over.
This was a risk management move, strategy, I'm sure, to limit without admitting fault.
As for Officer Lee Cole, he has not been on duty since the incident, but he has still been getting paid.
He's required to be on administrative leave with pay until we get the results of what the state attorney plans to do.
We're told this is the second time the city of Punta Gorda has had to pay a settlement involving Officer Cole. The Knowlton family was not in council chambers when the vote was taken. Part of their settlement agreement prohibits them from discussing the matter further. In Punta Gorda, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Christopher. A Sarasota woman will spend 40 years in prison for stabbing her 6-year-old daughter. Ashley Parker was found guilty on 4 felony counts, including attempted first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse. In June of 2015, Parker stabbed her daughter multiple times and held her underwater. The child was able to recover and even testified against her mother during the trial, describing what happened. After serving 40 years, Parker faces a lifetime under probation. The judge ordered her to be placed in a facility that has mental health access. Once she is released from prison, she is not allowed to have any contact with her daughter or anyone under the age of 18.
A school board meeting to solidify a contract for Sarasota County School District's new superintendent produces a few fireworks. Several audience members upset about the hiring of Todd Bowden walked out in protest. They were also disappointed with the unanimous vote of Bowden's final contract. The root of the protest came from 3 women who claimed they were sexually harassed by Bowden, even though a district investigative report cleared him of any wrongdoing. But the president of the Sarasota Teachers Association thinks otherwise.
After I read the report, I got the report, I believed what happened. I believed what she said, and truthfully, I believe what the other 2 say. 3 women who didn't know each other, didn't talk to each other, all saying some of the things that are the same.
Coming up at 6, ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo talks to a former administrator who says she was harassed.
And now for a check on our forecast, let's head over to Bob.
Well, good afternoon. We are looking at some clouds around and some showers moving through parts of the Suncoast, even all the way over to the coast and the Barrier Islands. We've had some showers near Longboat and also Siesta, as well as Anna Maria this afternoon. Right now it's 82 degrees. We have mostly cloudy skies, and the dew point temperatures really come up there to 66 degrees. We have an east wind now at 11, so that's starting to come down just a little bit, but it was breezy again this afternoon. We are still anticipating less wind tomorrow. At this point, though, the shower activity that was around is starting to decrease in coverage across the peninsula as we lose a little bit of that direct sunlight, and you can see that motion is basically off to the west. The showers that were around were very brief. I know I ran into a few sprinkles this afternoon along US 41 into Manatee County. There's some shower activity right there near Mayaca City. Arcadia getting some shower activity, and just to the south of Wauchula, a little bit of rainfall there. You can see that just to the west of Bridges, and I mentioned Mayaca City. Get ready for some a quick downpour. Northport, some light rain falling there. The winds out of the east and northeast today, fairly strong, and as I mentioned, it looks like it won't be as windy tomorrow, but that's just a one-day thing. Winds will pick back up pretty quickly as we approach the weekend as a result of a cold front. More on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission officers are patrolling an area of Sarasota County after several illegal deer kills. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office Agricultural Unit called to a neighborhood near the Bee Ridge Road extension. Deputies say someone shot 2 deer over the weekend and left on private property. FWC officers also responded to a report of illegal poaching of a deer in that same area last week. Deer hunting season with bow and arrow or muzzle loaders that is currently open, but general rifle season does not start until this Saturday, November 5th. According to FWC, hunting on private property without permission is armed trespass, which is a felony. Shooting wildlife without retaining the animal is also illegal.
City of Sarasota is another step closer to adding artwork to a downtown roundabout. The city's Public Art Committee selecting this sculpture design called Bravo, created by Sarasota artist Jorge Blanco. If city commissioners give final approval, the sculpture will go up at the intersection of Ringling Boulevard and Orange Avenue. You may have seen this other sculpture that was put up at Orange and Main Street earlier this year. Some voiced their opposition that this sculpture was not created by a local artist, and even some drivers were also upset that it would be a distraction. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks nice, but I could see your eye does catch it as you're coming down.
We're a long way away.
Yeah.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, a game for the ages. Cubs and Indians fans get ready for the deciding game in this year's historic World Series.
And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, childhood obesity, a serious problem putting our nation's kids at serious risk. But where does it start? That answer in Health Smart.
It's the Crystal Classic International Sand Sculpting Festival on Siesta Beach, November 11th through 15th, with 24 of the world's best sand sculptors. Bring the family for new hands-on kids activities, live music, food, sand sculpting lessons, and more. See SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com for details.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Come see the Crystal Classic International Sand Sculpting Festival November 11th through 15th on Siesta Beach. Check out the Crystal Classic Party Tent, produced by Siesta Key Chamber of Commerce and Moat Marine. Details including remote parking via SCAT. Visit SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com.
In just a few hours, history will be made in Cleveland.
So it's been 108 years for the Cubs since they've won a championship, 68 years for the Cleveland Indians. Something's got to break tonight. Someone's long suffering will end with Game 7 of the World Series. Earlier today, the Cleveland grounds crew was preparing the field for the game, getting it just perfect for the players tonight. Last night, of course, the Cubs crushing the Indians in Game 6. The star of the night, Addison Russell, the 24-year-old, hit his first World Series grand slam, the first one in a decade in the series. The young shortstop also caught the winning out. We asked a few baseball fans here in the Suncoast who they hope will take home the title tonight.
I'm rooting for the Cubs. It's fun to root for a team that hasn't won in so many years, and everybody should get a turn to win.
Well, I'm rooting for the Chicago Cubs because they haven't won in so long time, and rooting for the fans, and just basically want Chicago to finally win.
Rooting for both because of Joe Madden. I really would like to see him win. But we're from Ohio, so we should vote for the Indians because my nieces and nephews and everybody are going to the game.
Lucky nieces and nephews. Game 7 starts at 8 o'clock tonight. We'll have a wrap-up in our 11 o'clock newscast. And no matter which team wins tonight, the Cubs have their fans covered. Today, the Chicago Cubs tweeted a super official excuse for everyone. The handy fill-in-the-blank form asks for an excused absence from work, class, or any other responsibility a Chicago Cubs fan may have. It also says, quote, "We cannot fly the W without them." It adds, if you're not familiar with sports narratives, well, it's kind of a big deal. Just a little bit, huh?
It's one or the other. Say if they win, you don't want to have to go to work because you're going to be out like celebrating.
Right.
Yeah.
If they lose, you're just going to be spending all day crying and sulking. So either way, you're not going to be very productive.
I know.
We hope it's the win. You know, they haven't had any victory,
too.
and Cleveland has. You know, you got to go with
Right.
the team that hasn't had a win in such a longer time.
Longest,
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch either way. 7 games,
will.
World Series, doesn't get any better than that. And the weather looking pretty good. Yesterday was warm, and I was saying it was warm, and it heated up the bats of the Chicago Cubs. Tonight, warm temperatures, 70 degrees at the first pitch. There's a chance for showers. Now, that chance for showers doesn't come till after about 1 o'clock, really. We may see a few brief showers by 10 tonight, but as far as any kind of heavy weather, and hopefully the game doesn't go into extra innings and we're not watching the game at 1 o'clock, although that would be cool. A few showers around down to the south and east of us now. That activity pushing off toward the west. We had some showers right along the coast earlier. Those since moved on. I ran into a few of those sprinkles earlier, and you can see some other showers here, but they're weakening. They were a little heavier here near Wauchula, and now they're just kind of pushing through Myakka City. One lone shower near Northport, and elsewhere things are just kind of cloudy out there. And that's what we're seeing right now, is some of that moisture coming in all the way from the Atlantic with a stronger east wind today. Again, the Van Wezel webcam once in a while showing a brief shower moving through Sarasota Bay. No heavy weather around, no lightning detected with these storms. They're very low-topped showers at this point. 82 degrees. Dew Point is much higher at 66. Yesterday at this time it was in the low 50s. East winds at 11. The pressure 30.14 inches. Still pretty high, and it continues to dominate the weather. Now, we'll get bumped around a bit on Thursday, and then especially on Friday as the cold front makes its way through. Right now it's 78 in Jacksonville. It's 82 in Miami. Same in Key West, and Orlando, and Sarasota. Fairly uniform there. The Gulf of Mexico water temperature is staying at a consistent 76 degrees now. 79 in Arcadia. Northport, you're at 81. Cortez the same. The forecast tomorrow. Look for high temperatures, just a couple degrees cooler than they have been. Low 80s near the beaches, mid 80s inland, and we're looking for a high at the airport right around 85 degrees. We'll have a mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day, and there's that ever-present 10% chance for a late day shower again due to that easterly wind flow, but it won't be as strong tomorrow. At least that's what it looks like right now. We're looking for winds to be out of the east and northeast at around 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout much of the day. A little bit different than the 15 to almost 20-mile-an-hour winds we experienced over the past several days. But not to worry, it'll be back. The strong winds, once the front moves through, will pick up out of the northwest. And that is not the best news for red tide. It could possibly bring some of that effects, at least the effects of red tide, back toward the beaches. Now, as far as the Titan radar picture goes right now, most of the rain staying well north of the Cleveland area and into Buffalo, some showers there. The heavier weather by far over Illinois and into Missouri. Out west, things are gathering and getting itself organized for that front to move through, but the front really not going to be all that strong in terms of rainfall for us, but it will be strong and noticeably cooler over the weekend. That dry air that had been in place over the past couple of days is slowly shifting to the southeast now. We're still seeing the influence of that east and northeasterly wind around that area of high pressure, but as we move through time, once we are going to see that colder, or at least cooler air, let's put it cooler air, move in by the weekend. In the tropics, all is fairly quiet right now. For the 7-day forecast, shapes up like this then. Breezy weather comes back pretty quickly on Friday and stays with us on Saturday. Temperatures will be into the low 80s through the weekend, and low temperatures into the low 60s. We could see some upper 50s well inland, and then temperatures staying close to seasonal averages through much of next week. Looks good for voting on Tuesday. We have sunshine and mild temperatures around with no storm systems. And remember to fall back 1 hour over the weekend. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you so much. In Suncoast Traffic Watch right now, drivers will want to be a little extra cautious heading over the Sunshine Skyway Bridge because of a wind advisory there this evening, but traffic is moving along. It's all green on the bridge at this hour. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In Health News tonight, a new study shows a wearable skin patch may help kids who are allergic to peanuts by delivering small doses of peanut protein. The National Institutes of Health funded this year-long study. It says nearly half of those treated with the patch were able to consume at least 10 times more peanut protein than they were able to prior to treatment. The NIH says the biggest benefit came for those 4 to 11 years old. Those 12 and older didn't see much of an effect. The patch works by training the skin's immune system to tolerate small amounts of peanuts. It has not been approved yet by the Food and Drug Administration. Schools have become a lightning rod for criticism when it comes to childhood obesity, a problem that affects more than 12 million children and teens. But today, new research suggesting we may be looking in the wrong place. Researchers at the University of Texas studied more than 18,000 children over 3 years, from kindergarten to second grade, measuring their body mass index. They found on average their BMI increased only during summer vacation. It remains stable during the course of the school year. The message for parents: pay attention to your kids' diet and activity levels when they are out of school. Facebook could help you live longer. You believe that? Well, Northeastern University researchers found people who used Facebook tended to live longer than those who didn't. Of course, it is possible that some common factors, such as poor health or economic status, that the researchers did not take into account, made people less likely to use Facebook, and that in turn upped their mortality risk. But the researchers also found those with a larger network of friends were less likely to die during this study. The best outcomes were for people who posted pictures, say with real-life friends doing offline things. So don't just sit on your phone liking other people's posts. Get outside and do something post-worthy. Coming up, an off-duty deputy hailed a hero, how his quick thinking likely saved a toddler and her grandmother. And talk about a close call. A surfer in Australia narrowly dodges a lurking shark. Look at that. Those stories when we come back.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation. And everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts. And 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 15th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, November 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. Watch live cooking demonstrations from local chefs and take part in a silent auction to bid on creative prize packages that will delight any foodie or wine connoisseur. The event will feature live music by Kettle of Fish. There's free parking, and all proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. Don't miss this year's Suncoast Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, November 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
A school bus in Texas runs off the side of the road and crashes into a ditch. The kids were on their way to a field trip when all this happened. The bus driver reportedly swerved to avoid hitting a passing car, which caused the bus to fall into that ditch right in front of the school. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but the field trip was canceled. 51 third and fifth grade students were on the bus at the time. An off-duty sheriff's deputy in South Florida was at the right place at the right time to save a little girl who fell into a lake. The 2-year-old girl was at her home with her grandmother watching cartoons when she jumped up to chase the dog and cat who ran to the garbage can outside in the backyard. Well, the little girl ran right into the lake. Her grandmother then jumped in trying to save her, but she lacked the strength to get them both back to shore. One of the neighbors is a Broward County Sheriff's deputy who was off duty at the time and who immediately jumped into action.
By the time I got there, they both were under. And the baby eyes started rolling behind her head, so I just grabbed her first and handed her to my wife, and then I was able to pull her up, you know, the great-grandmother up to the bank.
The child and the grandmother were both taken to the hospital and checked out. Both are okay. The deputy says he's grateful that he could help and finds joy in knowing he saved 2 lives.
Quite amazing. A young cancer patient in Texas is fulfilling his law enforcement dreams. Little Eli Hogue has been elected junior police officer for Schertz, Texas. The 3-year-old boy was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia this past January. His parents say this is very tough for him, and going to chemo is a very tough ordeal. During his swearing-in ceremony, he received a police patch and a sergeant's coin for bravery in the line of duty. He sure is brave. And check out this amazing video. A surfer in Australia. Look at that. Scary, scary, scary. Okay, riding the waves right over a shark. This video was captured by an American tourist who was hanging out on the beach with his friends. He says he saw the shark approaching the surfers. He and a few others from shore tried to warn them, but no one was hurt, and the shark just swam away. It's probably better that they just acted normal.
Like they didn't see him.
Yeah, like they weren't startling the shark. They didn't
Right.
overreact. They didn't call attention to themselves. They just kept on going and it swam by. That is freaky.
Yep.
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, a dispute over trees.
Bradenton Beach and Anna Maria Island at odds over who should take care of the problem. We'll have that story just ahead.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, you'll always get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Come experience the precision, performance, and power of the Ram 1500 during Ram Power Days at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Built tough enough to help you conquer whatever the day may throw your way with all the comfort, gizmos, and gadgets you'd find in a luxury vehicle. And right now, get over 20% off. That's up to $15,000 off a new Ram 1500. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.